pleasant evening right now at Adventures in Larryland and Larryland's micro tiny house life. Beautiful state of Washington. It is a beautiful evening. I think we're at like 74 or 75. Perfect. At least for me. Here's a little sign I made a while ago. It says the Thomases. A little yak over here. And by little I mean big. Anyways, it's beautiful out tonight. So here's the back side of the tiny house, which I don't show that often. But basically, you know, you got your whatever that's called. Now I can't think of it. Smokestack, sort of. Anyways, for the waste. And a couple of windows. So in this tiny house, you can see that the windows are older. They actually came from a previous RV, circa 70s-ish. Possibly 60s, but I'm pretty sure they're from the 70s. And yeah, this is where the water input comes in, the cold, fresh water, I should say. Actually, I have two places where the water is inputting at this moment, because I've only recently added hot water, and I haven't really configured it the way that I mean to, so I will be making adjustments. But this is the eccotemp or eccotemp propane on-demand hot water system. All you need is really about, I think, 2.5 pounds of pressure, water pressure, for it to ignite. So I have a set up with a shower, as you can see here. So I got an outside shower. It's actually not going to stay in this location. I'm actually going to be moving it in the near future, possibly. Of course, I'm debating on this all the time. But anyways, I'm thinking of relocating. It's not quite tall enough for me to stand up in, like just barely. I have to kind of twerk my head. Twerk my head. I had to twerk it in order to get in the shower. And so that's not going to work. But it's all right for now. And anyways, the rest of the piping goes underneath here to the sink for the hot water underneath. So eventually I'm going to be reconfiguring it. Anyways, just a beautiful evening. I get a lot of questions about the tiny house, the build itself. And a lot of people say, oh, well, do you tow it with a truck? They think it's a fifth wheel. And I did not do the design of the tiny house. A veteran did. And it was actually built on an old boat chassis that was re-welded and configured by a professional welder. And then the gentleman built the rest of it himself. And he wanted a loft that he didn't have to take stairs to, is the story. And he also thought by minimizing the bottom half, by not utilizing the bottom half, it would reduce the weight for this trailer. And I think he was right. We're now like 3.5 years in. The tiny house weighs just under 4,000 pounds empty. It's traveled now more than 5,000 miles. And so I'm going to say she's pretty damn well roadworthy. For those of you that have followed the story over the years, you'll know that it was stolen and recovered back in 2016. And that was quite a fiasco, which I'd rather not get into now. But thankfully, due to the police investigation, a national outreach, and myself looking, praying, and chanting every day, tiny house came back to me. So here she is. But anyways, tonight, just doing a little grilling. I'm going to make some potatoes, some chicken on the grill, a little barbecued chicken. And yeah, so that's that. Anyways, I hope you're having a beautiful evening, as I am. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Larryland's Micro Tiny House Life. And thanks again for joining me. This little cabin I have behind me before I let you go. And I'm on a rental property, and this is part of the rental. So it's a nice little thing to have. Got some friends that are going to be coming up over the summer and fall seasons. They're going to be staying here. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Take care and adventures in Larrylands.